it's a celebration this year. So last year we got a lot of action done, and this year we just want to celebrate everything that we've done together and talk a little bit about what we can do going into this year's campaigns. We want to promote a sustainable existence between people and the ocean, and it's my pleasure to introduce you today to some speakers with some inspiring words on both the technological and political aspects of how far we've come and what we can do going into the future, and advocacy groups and what we can do as personal individuals working together to achieve a possible outcome for everyone and sharks working together. It might sound like there's many different messages coming at you today, but really we're only here to give you one major topic, and that's let's end the culling of sharks in Australia. As organisers, we also want to point out that we're not here to take sides. We've invited people from many different walks of life and different aspects of both the political and scientific communities, and we don't want to exclude anyone. We want to bring everyone together so that we can all work to achieve a better future for ourselves and the oceans, people and sharks together. A few key speakers were unfortunately able to make it today, and they've offered their apologies, including our prominent author and marine science, James Woodford, who regrets being able to make it today, as well as the New South Wales Premier, Mike Baird. I wanted to read a little bit from an email that he sent us regarding his invite to speak today, because recently he did make himself available to talk with representatives from both No New South Wales Shark Cull, our Sea Life Conservation Trust and Sea Shepherd Australia. And during those talks he committed to the trialling of non-lethal alternatives, especially here in Manly. His email read that unfortunately due to a long-standing commitment he's unable to attend, but he wanted to assure us that his continuing commitment to investigate non-lethal alternatives. He wanted to offer his apologies, and he hoped that the event is a great success. So that's really good to hear, and a big turnaround. We have some fun activities today, guys. You can get face painted. You can bring your kids, adults as well. There's no limit on face painting. Buy sharks, stickers and shirts down the stand here. Sign the petition, and of course, as usual, please hashtag and Instagram and get the word out there. I'm going to welcome our first speaker now as she fiddles with the PA, and I'll hopefully work on it myself. This is our founder, Sharnie Connell, guys, founder of No New South Wales Shark Cull, and scientist and aquarist from Manly Sea Life Sanctuary, and all-round good person. So give her a big hand, guys.
Thank you, everybody, and welcome to Shark Fest. Today we come together to celebrate the incredible success of the No Shark Cull campaign 1 year after it all began. Okay, I wish to thank many people and organisations today, but firstly I would like to thank the WA Premier, Colin Barnett. He decided that culling a species threatened with extinction was the best way to make WA's beaches safer. If it wasn't for this policy, we wouldn't have broken the world record for the highest number of protesters rallying for a single species, with over 10,000 people in 20 countries rallying last February. Thanks to this policy, over 350 marine scientists came together and spoke out against the culling of sharks due to environmental concerns. I would also like to thank Mr. Barnett for highlighting the fact that as we stood here on Manly Beach 1 year ago in support of WA, we were doing so despite the fact that we ourselves had been culling sharks in New South Wales for nearly 80 years. In New South Wales we use nets to capture and cull sharks, and in Queensland they've been using nets and drumlines for over 50 years. So now, thanks to Colin Barnett, the campaign is national and we rally today against the culling of sharks in all 3 states. Most importantly, I really want to thank each and every one of you that has come here today. You guys who realise that politics does not end at the ballot box. Because of people like you attending rallies, signing petitions, holding up signs and posting them on social media, we are starting to make a change. I want to thank each and every one of the 30,000 people that broke the Australian record for the highest number of submissions to the EPA that shut down the WA drumline policy. I want to thank the 100+ volunteers that have worked on the New South Wales campaign alone, organising an event every single month to spread the word about the outdated shark culling programs and the fact that there are now many non-lethal alternatives that will keep people and marine life safe. I would like to thank the many organisations that have joined forces with us to lobby the government to trial alternatives to get rid of shark nets. They are Sea Shepherd Australia, Humane Society International, the Australian Marine Conservation Society, Sea Life Conservation Trust, Surfrider Foundation, Australian Aerial Patrol, Apollo Lifeguards, The Greens, Manly Council, the Coastal Councils Group, Eco Divers, and the Two Hands Project. Okay, I would really like to thank Premier Mike Baird, who unfortunately cannot be here today. I thank him for not being like Premier Barnett and instead listening to the science, listening to the people, and making an election promise to commence trials of non-lethal alternatives in New South Wales. So we're going to hold him to that promise and keep the pressure up. Okay, our fight is far from over. 250,000 sharks will die today and every other day at the hands of people. We are not just fighting bad government policies, we are fighting extinction. WA have a new policy for killing sharks called the Serious Threat Policy, and we will fight this as we did the drumline policy. We will continue to educate people about the appalling Queensland shark control program that kills more marine life than all the other states combined, in a program that runs all year round in areas where people know not to swim because it's not safe. And it's not because of the sharks, it's because of the jellyfish and the crocodiles. As long as these nets are in New South Wales waters and they're out there today on Manly Beach, indiscriminately killing marine life with absolutely no scientific evidence that they're keeping people safe, we will continue this campaign. Thank you.